And Japan too.
Yeah.
That's another place. Like on Yours Faithfully, there was a French girl that had, what song was it, Nathaniel? One of the songs
Get
on
Back
my...
to You. Baby, I'm in Heaven.
No, not Baby.
Cuckoo.
No, not Cuckoo. Did you like those songs?
Yeah, Baby, I'm in Heaven, I love. That's
Really?
one of my favorites on there.
I know.
I'd say that one.
I like that producer, and I can't
Keith Thomas.
I
remember you mentioning about him.
I love the way he worked. Now, you asked me a question a few minutes ago. Of all the people I've worked with, I've been most impressed with him.
Really?
Keith Thomas, I want to fall over. He's white.
Yeah, I know.
And extremely soulful.
Yeah.
And he literally, when he sings to you, you think he's painting a picture, because I found out he's an artist.
Really?
He paints.
I didn't know that. Wow.
And you can tell it, because when he gets you in front of the microphone, it's like he's painting when he's singing to you. But he tells you how to, and this is really true, he tells you what to do with your tongue to get the sound that he wants. He is so soulful.
So you use some of that afterwards?
Yeah,
like
I have never in my life, I'm like, oh, I can't believe this.
Doesn't he have a thing about the potato chips too?
How'd you know?
Because Amy Grant talked about it on one of her video documentaries, because she worked with him.
When I went into the studio, there was I'm not kidding you, there was a bag of potato chips. And I'm seeing these potato chips on, what is that for? He said, that's for you. What? Potato chips are incredible. A lot of singers use them, background singers especially. Yeah. There's something about the oil and the salt in the chip that keeps the voice very bright. Yeah. And allows you to sound great when you're singing.
Keeps it flowing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what that was for.
There was another project you were involved in, and I was wondering what happened with it, called Wave to the World. And you did a song with All For One called Who You Are.
And you know who wrote that song?
Who wrote it?
My son-in-law.
Really?
He did that song. That's a beautiful song.
But it didn't end up on the album. Mm-mm. So what happened with that?
Well, the song is still there. In fact, I don't know what I'm going to do about it.
Because they had pictures of you on the website in the studio with everybody. Then I ordered it, and it wasn't on there. Really? And I asked them, I said, it's not on there. I ordered it for the song specifically. And they said something about at the last minute they couldn't get clearance for the publishing or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was...
You know what happened with that, right?
That's interesting.
Rex pulled it, I think. I think he had something to do. That's his song. Him and Mark's song.
Yeah.
Rex is my son-in-law, and he's also, so you know, Rex is, he was Janet's music director for years. Okay. Yeah.
His name is Rex. What's his name? Salas, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, that's an incredible song, and it's a beautiful song, and it's still there. I've thought about that song, too. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. I haven't heard it. I wanted to hear it, because that's why I ordered it from their site.
The words are so...
But then...
Yeah, you know when you start talking about things that I've forgotten about.
No, you do some songwriting of your own too.
Oh, a lot. It's just that down through the years, it's funny about record companies. I wasn't allowed, or I should say, I wasn't able to put much as my music. I have done quite a bit of writing, quite a bit though, and I'm going to be doing a lot more in the future with this project.
What kind of stuff do you like to write? Is it similar to what you perform or what we know you for?
I like to write about life and experiences that people have in life. Mm-hmm. And really, issues of, not so much issues of today as, in some sense, what people experience as far as heartbreak and things of that nature, or what children experience in life. Yeah. And what they have to go through.
So, yeah. No, I remember you saying you guys own a business too, right? Like you have outside of music.
Yeah.
So you besides the music, you do other industries as well. Are there other fields that you would like to pursue, whether it be entertainment? Yeah. I know you did a little acting, like you were in an episode of Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, right?
How did you know about that?
I read about that.
Whoa!
He's very knowledgeable.
Well, you know what I like doing? I'm very domestic in some ways. Mm-hmm. I love interior decorating. Mm-hmm. I'm really into that, and I enjoy doing things like that.
So would you maybe do a business with that?
That's something that I've been thinking about. Yeah. I really have.
What about young people who are coming up, particularly in the music industry, and are trying to get their feet wet, whether it be as particularly recording artists? But what do you say to them, and what are some of the things they should be aware of?
It's very difficult, but that's the first thing. It really is, and it's so much garbage out there, and you have to sift through all that stuff, and it's very complicated. And what I've learned is that it's extremely political. But the best thing is that if it's a strong desire, try to weed out. If you can weed through all of that, maybe you can see the bright light at the end of the tunnel. There's so many talented people, and I always, it's so sad because what discourages me about the music industry, and not just the music industry, entertainment and period, to a great extent, is that you have so many egotistical people that put themselves on a higher echelon than others, and it's ugly. It really is, and that's what makes it so hard.
Have you dealt with that a lot, like at the record companies and?
Oh yeah, I mean you see it all the time around you. There's so many egos when you have projects that you do with others, and it's amazing to sit in a room. You can almost feel the egos without them doing anything.
And just things like, you can record an album and it'll take so long till it is actually released because of the political things that you're talking about, if ever released, Would you ever consider working with, like, say, especially now with the advent of the internet, like an independent label, or are you, is the majors your thing? I'm just curious.
Something to think about, huh? Yeah.
Because there's in college a lot, because I majored in music business, and we would talk about.
Oh, you did?
We would talk about, in major labels, you have the financial backing. In a way, it's there. You get an advance, but then, you're still.
Yeah.
You don't actually see it until you sell like platinum or multi-platinum. But in an independent label, you might have a chance to get a little more of the profit and also individualized attention.
Yeah. That's the benefit of. Oh, let me shut up.
It's okay. If you have insights too, it's interesting.
But you're absolutely right. Those are the artists that are making it, that are in that position you're talking about.
I'm just thinking about like what Prince has done with his MPG label.
Oh yeah.
And he's had a different distributor each time. Like he did have Arista distributing the last one, but this one I think is an independent. This new one that he just came out with, the distributor. But all along it's been his label manufactures and markets.
That's been ever since Warner Brothers.
Yeah, ever since. Who are some of your main influences vocally? Like either growing up and today,
Oh God! Well, some of the people that I've very much been impressed with: Barbra Streisand, Nat King Cole, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston. I'm very impressed with. She's the greatest singer.
Yeah.
I just really love her tone that she gets, and I love Luther Vandross. I went to see him perform here, and I was blown off the map. Blown off the map. He's incredible live, and I've been very much impressed with those artists.
Me.
What's up?
I'm her biggest influence.
Oh, you're her biggest influence.
Yeah.
You sing too?
Yeah.
That's cool. So
he writes and produces incredibly. Yeah.
And you play bass or guitar, obviously.
What, piano, guitar?
He did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Good job on the show. So you're interested in getting involved in the industry too, like pursuing a career, or is it just like a hobby?
Both.
Both. Yeah.
It's inevitable, I guess, when you're in this family. It's all in your bones. And Johnston, I can't remember a day when I didn't dance. When I think about it, because and it's sad. I don't even have this picture anymore, and the reason why I don't is because someone stole it. There's a picture of me when I was a year old, and I'm on top of the stereo just going to town dancing. I've always enjoyed dancing. That's what I wanted to do when I was a little girl. I wanted to dance. Dancing, yeah. And I used to dance to Walk on the Wild Side, creative dancing, that kind of thing. And